be comfortable. Y'all might want to sit down.
Drilling. Hey, drilling, this is a rule book. So
All right, finally a chance to celebrate these two people that I love very much. I really, really do. So before we send them off, a little trip down memory lane. So I'm going to start with the pregnancy. Sorry, Andrea, but I have to do this. So during the pregnancy of Emily, Andrea had a lot of cravings, mostly Mexican. And by Mexican, I mean it was pretty much every single day. The pregnancy was pretty smooth, except when we got to the delivery after hours of trying. The doctor told us that Emily's head was a little too large to pass. Very prophetic, my ass. So we had to have an emergency C-section on all days, Mother's Day 1994.
I do.
First time we saw Emily, we asked, is this ours? I mean, she's yellow. Must have been all the Mexican food. No, she was just jaundiced. That was okay. Yeah. Emily had a ton of hair, right? So instead of going straight to the nursery, we had to get her hair cut a little bit. Seemed that was the reason why she was stuck. Not a big head, just lots of hair. There was one time when Andrea was pregnant, went to the mall, so we were trying some maternity clothing. I don't know if you remember this or not. The reason why we kept Emily's hair very long, I sat down while Andrea was trying on some maternity clothing. Next thing I know, I'm sitting down, I see a streaking 3-year-old running by me going towards the mall. Me in my suit after work had to run after her, and the only thing I can grab was her hair. So the hair was not just aesthetic, it was yet functional. I'm just getting started. So growing up, Emily had a way with words, what's to say, it was very different way of talking. Am I right, family? It was very different. Yeah. I recall a time when Emily and her mom would get National Geographic picture books. One time we had a picture book full of woodpeckers. And so, hang on. I'm getting to the punchline. Just hang on. So in Atlanta, we used to take my mom and dad out for dinner, and so we picked them up, and in the back, Emily, her mom, and Nana were looking at this picture book of woodpeckers, and all of a sudden I hear, Nana, do you like peckers? Mommy likes peckers. Daddy, do you like peckers too? Which is why I said yes to drill and marrying Emily. We're a family full of peckers. And we've learned a lot of things along the way. Maybe it wasn't too long ago where you saw Michael Jackson's first Thriller album and said, wait, he's black? I didn't realize Michael Jackson was black. Yeah. Later on, Emily started working at the zoo, a lot of zoo stories. So tonight, you gotta ask her about the zoo stories. We'd sit on the back deck drinking lots of beer, come home from work, Emily would, and one day, she had a red pelt on her forehead, didn't really know what it was about. She told us that she got into a fight with an ostrich. Proceeded to tell a story of how she grabbed the ostrich by the neck, and the ostrich was pecking her. See a theme here? Peckers? On the forehead. Don't get us started about the one-legged turkey that used to follow you around. No, not drilling. All right, now drilling. Here we go. Drilling. I was trying to think of the first time I met drilling. It's been a while. I couldn't remember. All I remember was for the longest time I thought his first name was Shut Up. I think we're going to make t-shirts, right? Shut Up Drilling? Yes, exactly. I get asked a lot of how or when I knew that drilling was the right one for you, Emily. This is when I knew, and I'm going to try to say this without crying. Many of you know that not long ago, I went through one of the toughest times of my life. Gerald was there by my side, and Emily's, and to this day, he rarely brings up the Falcons' loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Rise up! Rise up!
I said rarely brings up. Yeah. The actual answer to this is, Geraldine, you've always treated Emily with respect and a gentleman. I mean, you just pulled her chair out tonight. You challenge her when you need to, and don't put up with her BS when need to. When Emily was taking classes at VCU, you would go with her and stay with her in class. Walk her to her car afterwards after dark just to make sure she was safe. And I think you took more classes at VCU without getting college credit than you did when you were actually in school. Some of you know that Geraldine came to me to ask me for her permission. He can't keep a secret. Told Julie. Julie told me. Seems like he told everyone else but. Yeah, exactly. See, so I knew ahead of time. Actually have it on video. If we could roll tape. I promise you I wouldn't do that. But I do have it on my phone if anybody wants to see it tonight. So you did ask for permission. I'll give you my answer in just a few minutes. Whether or not it's yes or not. In true classic Geraldine fashion, of course I said, I knew what the answer was, and it was yes, even before you even asked. Each of you are special in your own unique way, but together you're magical, and we love you both. We wish you well.